shit. What's happening, good people? Trying to get some stuff going on. Oh, my bad. Let me get my IG up real quick. I just went on and hit the button. I'm running a little late. Better late than never, as I like to say. Get my IG going. Okay, let me hit that play button on there so I can see some stuff, what's going on the Facebook. Is it long up? I think it is. Live. Oh, yeah, I can see it just delayed on there. Okay, I can see the comments on there too. I got that on that screen. I should have got my work phone. That way I could have pulled up TikTok too. But I'm going to get it together sooner or later. We'll tell the what's happening. Let me write me a message. Truly Colton, what up with your family? I'm trying to type a message, think. What up, type this? Man, I'm all discombobulated. Y'all forgive me. Thank goodness for the rain. Goodness for the rain. What up, good people? Y'all sliding in here. Thank goodness for the rain. Legend. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to pin that. It's always a good thing when it rains outside. I promise it is. It's never a problem. Regardless on like you, especially the people that's in the industry that I'm in, you'll feel like that you're getting behind, or maybe you're already behind and then it rains, and then you more behind. I'm at the pin that one. Pin that comment. My bad, legend. I'm pinning the wrong comment. I appreciate that though, family. You still smoke crawler, you stop. I done scaled back a lot to where like it's almost minute to what I even do. It'd be occasionally. I smoke something, but other than that, nah, I'm straight. I just be hitting a black and mild here and there throughout the day. That's my last vice that I gotta get rid of. That's about all. Nah, but I don't burn like nowhere near like how I used to. Nowhere near. I probably go like several weeks or something, and I might, I might be around somebody that got some exotic or something like that, and I might want to indulge. Doghouse Lawn Care, what up, man? Good evening. Glad to catch you live tonight. Let me see. Glad to catch you live tonight. Rain was much needed today here in Clarksville. Bro, the rain is always much needed. We can never have enough rain out here, brother. I ain't gonna lie, Doghouse Lawn Care. I appreciate you for tapping in, though. We can never have enough rain. In the industry that we are in, that is longevity right there. We only need the sun to come up. Those are the two components that's a must. It must happen for us to stay in business. Now, what you have to do is just make sure that you incorporate them rain days in your schedule, or you'll never get caught up, for real. And it's just part of the beast, because when it started raining on me out there, it started in Bellevue. I was in West Nashville, so I was at the brunt of it when it was coming, and the sky fell out. So I started packing up my stuff and started heading to Antioch, and I got ahead of it. But the moment I pulled in the driveway and was literally about to get out the truck, that's when it started hailing on me. And I made that clip regarding the hailstorm that I was enduring while I was sitting in the truck. And I was like, goodness gracious, it's seriously hailing out here. And it slick messed me up, because I ain't really seen hail like that down here in a while. That do irrigation out, man. These customers are tripping about their grass dying. Yeah, especially if they don't have the irrigation truly coating. Yeah, when the summertime comes, like it's gonna be a heat wave come through where it's not gonna rain for a couple weeks, and then you gotta worry about drought. So it's gonna be one or the other, man. People gonna be complaining because they can't get caught up. They done took on more than they can chew. And I'm telling you, I used to be like it. I had 171 customers, and predominantly all of them was bi-weekly. Bro, let it rain 2 or 3 days, and then literally on day 14, they are looking for you. Literally, the bye week people on day 14 is like the countdown for them, and they looking for you. And I'll be like, man, you can't be serious. I said, do you not incorporate all the previous rain days? I was supposed to be on a whole nother side of town. Every day it rains, you gotta look. I used to tell my clients, every day it rains, just know I'm gonna be a day late. Cause somebody's schedule, I'm not gonna skip a whole day schedule just to make sure I make it to you on day 14. That ain't gonna happen. And that's why I just simply just eliminate it unless they gonna pay that bi-weekly fee. And if they pay the bi-weekly fee, then I have to go by there and cut the high grass. It ain't no problem in. But just a regular fee, and you gotta go cut the forest, and then them be the main ones complaining about you charging too much and it's too much. Man, they be always the bi-weekly people. It's never my weeklies. They don't be worried about any of that. Are you okay? Okay, I see all was raining out here. That's why he didn't come. They be like that. But the bi-weekly people that ain't paying hardly nothing, man, let it come day 14, 15, and you ain't out there, they blowing you up. And you finna to come out there and fight that high grass, and they think that's what you do. I can't make it up, man. I went through it until I just started doing better and knowing better, and just start recognizing the level of expertise that I have. And I can make the determination on who I deal with, and it's best to do it in the beginning of the season. Because I naturally get new clients every year, but if you continue to take on clients that don't want to get on board with the change that you're trying to do, you need to get them out the way and make room for the new ones. I'm telling you, I tried my best to take as many as I could along with me, but it didn't work out. I'm telling you. I don't know what to tell people. Maybe you can rewrite the wheel, and I promise you, I hope you post about it too. For real. So, and that's pretty much just all that I'm on, man. Today was a good day. It rained, so I know I have longevity. In the future, the grass is gonna grow, especially for the yards that don't have the irrigation. And the yards that does have the irrigation, which I have several of those, then they're gonna grow automatically anyway. So, and right now, this is the time of the year for the Bermuda grass is coming to life. And this nasty cousin is coming to life too, called crabgrass. And I seen another distant cousin of it that normally grows in the same time frame as it's called Dallas grass. If you want to know what it is, put a Google search in there and see how vigorous it is. Because a lot of times people can confuse Dallas grass from crabgrass. For real, because sometimes the crabgrass, it does get the thick blades on it too, but not thick like the Dallas grass. That's a whole nother monster right there, and it's hard to get rid of. You get some patches of the Dallas grass in the yard, and it's so similar to fescue, except it grows times 3 or 4. So it's gonna always pop up, and this is the time of the year where that other weed goes nuts called nutsage. I think that's how you pronounce it, nutsage or something like that. And this the little thing is similar to fescue too. It grows and sprouts the way it goes out, and that's that nutsage, man. That stuff is vigorous too, and it can get in the fescue yard and try to destroy it, or the whole yard could be it, and you would think it's fescue pretty grass until you get somebody to come through there with a treatment and it kills all of it. So let me see, California could never. I am so impressed. Oh, somebody looking at my clips. My bad, stuff coming down. But let me see what I can get y'all to go off on. If you got time, go check out my it's on my page and everything. If you on it's on Instagram. I did a podcast with my brother Beat Alarm Bob, and it was pretty unique. Y'all go check it out, man. Cause me and him, we had some fun on there, man. We basically had a phone conversation like me and him be talking to him whenever we talk to each other in the morning time. And we vibe out and uplift each other before we go out in the community and try to do what we do on a daily basis. He also self-employed, Be the lawn barber, your lawn's favorite barber, as he like to say. What up, gang? Me and him just had some dinner together, just collaborating on some stuff, on helping each other out, identifying things that the other one can't see, to help each other grow. That's what it's all about out here, man. I thank goodness for me running into him, for real, because that's a solid dude, for real. He's solid as they come. It's just like my other brother, Darryl Holmes, down here, as solid as they come. And I have another extended people that I rock with down here in the city. Really, I fool with all the lawn care guys, with the exception of one. One, I just don't rock with them. But the rest of them in the city, they pretty cool. It's just one. I can't give them a pass no more. So other than I won't even mention them no more. But the other people in the city, they pretty good people. And even the people across the internet that I know that I spoke with on the phone, it's a solid group of people that's in the game. For real. And they solid people that don't mind supporting you. They want you to grow. It ain't none of that hating stuff. At least it ain't came out yet. You see what I'm saying? So, but I always be on the lookout for it. Let me see what's going on over here. See, I appreciate that for real. Uh, Maserati Red, you hiring to 826. No, I'm not hiring. Maybe there was live chats. Oh, my bad, man. I'm trying to multitask so I can see everything. Somebody just asked me about hiring, and I said, oh, no, not right now. Maybe in the future when I get things better established, but I'll be cashing out on everything. So I just got to make sure I got a bigger bankroll to make sure I got a second guy's pay put up for at least 2 or 3 months before I can bring them on, because I don't play about nobody money. So right now it's me and my number one. We handling everything until we get so bombarded to where I know I need to add another guy. But it's gonna be hard for me to train somebody up that don't already have experience, because me and my guy, we be hitting it. So I'm probably gonna have to pay for the experience, and I'm prepared for it. Let me see. Let me see here. We get down to his comments. Let me see. Yes, sir. Weekly is the best. Max Lawn Care LLC. You right about that? Truly Coat. Yep. Let me see. All paid, getting paid by Trey. What up, family? Country boy. I see all these new people that I have not recognized before. Anybody don't know who I am? John Crawley, One Man, One More Landscaping. I am a guy self-made out of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm definitely putting on for this city for the new people who's just been tapping in with me. The extra 4,000 people who done got in with me over the last 2 days. I appreciate y'all support. I appreciate that. So, and we'll see where it goes, man, because I'm definitely out of the box that I've been in, and I just had to be consistent and keep at it. That's it. And just change it up some, have a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? And we vibe out. But like I said, I got some clips up. I was in Bellevue today. We applied pressure. I was able to muster up and be able to do a hot 5 yards before the rain came. Now, if my guy would have came to work today, then we would have been able to get all of them done. But things happen, and I understand. So I'm always willing to go back to how I started, and that's with my title, One Man, One More Landscaping. It started with me. Started with me. So whenever it happens, dude, my life and my family motto is improvise and adapt and overcome. So I just said, okay, I'll see you Saturday if we can work. If not, it'll be Monday. So, and that's just how it goes, man. Like, things is not gonna go down the pike how you need it. And if you would have came, we would have got everything done. But I was able to do 5, so I didn't go home with no goose egg. I cut 5 yards and one nice size one, so I won. And then my billing's been doing okay today. Bills been coming in, people making payments and everything. So I did pretty well today. I can't complain. I did really well today. And I can't complain. So if I have a lot more days like this, then it's gonna make sense in the end, for real. But it's every day I'll be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, doing the top of the morning within the 5 o'clock hour. And that never happened. Normally that was always in the 6 o'clock hour, 7 o'clock hour. It ain't never been that early because I'm doing another level of sacrifice that I have to go through. Try to be able to get to the next level because I need more daylight hours instead of what I used to do before. So as long as I keep doing this and keep working on the other things I have behind the scene, it's going to be all right in the future. And I understand you have to do so much work in the beginning. That way it's easy in the end. I feel like that's the trick of life, for real. Let me see here. Show this comment. Let's see what's going on. Do y'all have a minimum for simple mulch job? Something simple like pulling a couple weeds and laying fresh mulch down, no edge needed, no more than 10 bags of mulch. Man, that's tough right there. If it's like that, of course the customer's gonna pay for all the cost of the mulch and all that stuff. But if it gets like that, Sometimes I take people down to an hourly rate with me, my guy, you know what I'm saying, on the hourly rate, and that'll put them in like a almost like $150 an hour. It'd be like depending on if I know you, it'd be like 125 to 150 an hour if I'm doing it like that. Now, if I'm bringing the mulch and I'm actually it's a whole lot of de-weeding that I have to do, then it goes into a whole nother ball game because that stuff is time honored to make sure you getting them roots up at you getting them weeds out of there at the root. That is time honored stuff. For real, it ain't no rush process. And then redefining all the flower beds, and then you are bringing the load of the fresh mulch. And for anybody that don't know the rough estimate on how much mulch weighs per yard, you're looking at between 675 to 800 pounds each yard of mulch that you bring and you have to move to the flower bed. So if you're doing a job the way it's 4 yards of mulch, man, do the numbers. You're looking at like 3,000 plus pounds of mulch that you got to move off that trailer. And you got to transport it via wheelbarrow if you have any, equipment like the Toro, and they have the bucket and everything. I think a couple other mowers have the bucket to where it can kind of lighten that load. But if you traditional and you put it in a wheelbarrow, you only can put like maybe 2 bags of mulch in each wheelbarrow, pretty much, depending on what size cubic yard it can hold. And if you're doing the bags of mulch, to get 1 yard of mulch, if you use the bags, you need 13 to 15 bags of mulch for 1 yard. Now here, for what I'm hearing, Lowe's, Home Depot, they have the mulch on sale, 5 bags for $10. So you could get 15 bags of mulch, and that's gonna be a yard, and you only paying like, $30. Normally, if you buying by bulk, it could be a little bit cheaper for you buying by bulk. But with me is, I feel like the fresh mulch is always better for the landscaper if he has to do maintenance to the shrubs, because with the bag mulch, it don't hold its place like it should to me when you having to blow the clippings from the shrubs that you trimming. That mulch shift with the blowing. Now the fresh mulch that I like to buy, once you get it packed in and sealed in like how you need to do it, like how I recommend early in the year, you can blow the clippings off of it without having to put the glue down that I be seeing people use. They put landscaping glue and they put all type of stuff down to hold the mulch in place, which is not natural by no means. Let's say you put the glue around the shrubs and then water's not able to get down to the roots of the shrubs like they supposed to. If there's no glue in nature, I just don't see how they can be really beneficial to you unless you put it around the edges. Now, if you using that, okay, the mulch will stay in place. But then as it comes to a whole nother scenario if you use the glue, because it ain't, if it's glued down in place and it don't move, then why they gonna need some fresh mulch? You know what I'm saying? The only thing you gonna probably, and I hear about people dying mulch. It's like it's so many methods you can use, but I'm not using no glue. Like I've never used it before. I've always able to pack the mulch into a certain manner. That way, if I am trimming shrubs, like boxwood, especially if you trimming holly bushes, because those are some bigger leaves on there. It takes a lot to blow them leaves across the mulch and be able to make sure that you're not destroying your clients' mulch job that they done spent, a lot. I don't know how much I'll charge, but people say I'm a little up there, but like my shit looks better than the stuff that I be seeing though. Like it ain't nobody crafting it like I be doing it, but you gotta pay to play with me. I'm just not going because I know quality is everything for real, and that mulch is heavy. And I remember when I used to be by myself and I do a mulch job with like 3 or 4 yards of mulch, and I have to transport literally 3,000 pounds worth of mulch, transport it to the area and place it and then stagger it in. Bro, like literally you be so out of it the next day, it ain't really worth it if you ain't charging what you supposed to charge. Them mulch jobs for real. Especially if you just not slanging it down. Now, I see a lot of guys, they going out there spraying that weed killer on the stuff. and then they throwing the mulch down on top, and it look good in the beginning. It do. Give it about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I promise you, you're gonna have some different sproutlets coming out. Especially if you do the mulch job early in the springtime, and you do it the method I'm telling you that I'm talking about, with like you spraying weed killer down, and then you doing a little edge and you throwing the mulch on top. Check this out. If you do it in the springtime, the Dallas grass ain't really came to life yet. The Bermuda grass ain't came to life yet, and the Bermuda grass is worse cousin. The crabgrass ain't came to life yet. The moment that stuff comes to life, it's gonna come straight up through the mulch, and it's gonna make it look like you ain't even do nothing. It depends on what else you put down on that mulch bed to ensure that you don't have to worry about that stuff. That goes to show about your quality of work. What up, dog? 50 hours this week here in Indiana. 50 hours? That's cool right there. You about right. 50 hours a week, you about right. 10-hour days, you work the Monday through Friday. 10-hour days, that's probably what me and my guy be working. Cause we get going like at 6 o'clock in the morning, we be finishing up at 5. Most of the days. Yeah, I do about 50 to 60 hours a week, easy every week. And I'm used to it. That's what I'm saying. Like the individuals like that, y'all want to get the self-employment, but the type of hours that you might be working is gonna be ungodly. I don't think a lot of people can handle it. Especially if you ain't used to working no overtime or doing nothing like that, or having 2 jobs to try to provide. You ready for the self-employment world because you used to put in that work. You just got to go through the bumps and bruises. But anybody that's so in a hurry, like soon as the time comes, they ready to get on that clock and get up out of there and go home and do nothing, man, you not ready, man, for real. I'm telling you like this, man, you will be broken out here. You're going to be broken. And I can't make it up. I can only be honest on what I went through, and I know I had to be broken to be in the situation I'm in. And I'm nowhere near where I want to go, but I'm in a better situation than about 80% of the country. I know that for a fact. I know I'm in a better situation than 80% of the country. Because I know what I'm doing out here and what I'm making. So if I'm doing that, then I just have to take it and try to bump my way up to the last 20%, which is harder. Like a lot of people get to that 80%. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be $100,000 or better every year. But the separation between each percentage is so hard to get that separation of where you drop down to the 19%, the 17, 15, and then when you get in the top 10% of the country, like you really doing something exceptional. Because to get to the lower figure than that, you're going to have to really be flying out here. You need a lot of help to help you run your business and to help you continue to grow. You could get to the top 20% on your own, for real. But then when you try to get to them other tiers, you're going to need a team around you to help you. There's no way you can do it by yourself unless you done develop some type of software to where like you can easily mass produce it or some of that nature. I really don't see how it's possible without getting some help because you're going to be overwhelmed. Yeah, I got to see it because I done tested the limit, especially when it comes to lawn care. I have tested the limit on how much you can get done without losing your damn mind, and your body's going to shut down sooner or later. Let me see here. It said, somebody said, do y'all, okay, I'll answer that. Let me see, preen for the wind to keep weeds out of the mulch and rocks. Yes, sir. I have to second that. That's a strong pre-emergent right there. And if you put that down, that's a strong pre-emergent that'll stop things from germinating. And if it does germinate, it won't be able to cross past that preen barrier. Yeah. So it'll be easy for you to get right there, pluck that weed up, it won't go down deep. Like how, get some Bermuda grass in your flower bed and see how vigorous it is. Crabgrass, get some of that Dallas grass in there. For real, you got to go down about almost 6 inches to get the main root out because it vines and it runs. If you don't get that main root out, you pull it from the top, you playing with yourself. It's gonna come right back up. And you need something that's real tough and potent to put down on it to kill it down from the root because a lot of them roots run a foot deep, 2 or 3 feet, maybe 4 or 5 feet long. Like the main root is nowhere even close to the flower bed. That's just how it's growing in there. So it be crazy, man. Some of them different types of grasses that you would have a significant problem trying to keep some mulch looking good. Like it's so many different curveballs and stuff like that in lawn care in this industry that it's crazy. Like sometimes I take it for granted how much I know and what I done went through to be in the situation that I am. And then I have so many. I'm glad that it's raining tomorrow because I have to go to Franklin, Tennessee, and I have to go to Brentwood because I got some people online that I've been referring them to contact my business phone. That way I can get them lined up to go give them an estimate and see if I'm able to take on their lawn if they want to get down with my program and be able to benefit with their lawn, be able to benefit from the skills that I have. But I have to go look at them tomorrow, and I'm gonna see what's going on. I use freehand and beds with SiteOne. Okay, J. Crawl, GA, so similar to my name. Let me see here. Southern Turf Service. What's your message to clean the beds? Do you till the dirt to clean it? Nah, I don't till it. I use a regular shovel and I get up underneath them weeds. I get all the way up underneath them and I lift them up out of there. For real. And I go through there and take my time to make sure that the flower beds are clean. If you want to see what I'm talking about, go back if you have time. Scroll in some of my content and go up to March. Go up to March. I did like maybe 4 or 5 mulch jobs during that time, and you will be able to see how clean the beds are before the mulch even goes in there. My bad, my phone, I had to put it on a different mode. My bad, phone's going dead. But just go back and scroll and you will be able to see how clean it is. And I use a regular shovel, and I don't care how deep I have to go down to make sure I get that root of the root of that weed out of there or grass or whatever it is. And I dig that shit out. And then the flower beds be so clean that when the moment you put some pre-emergent down, like some preen or whatever you use to prevent weeds and unwanted grasses from coming back in the mulch, with a clean bed, I'm telling you, if you do have a little roots that's still on the floor of the flower bed, with that preen or any type of pre-emergent that you might be applying, depending on if you classify it or not, ain't no weeds coming back in there. The only problem you will have if you're not maintaining the lawn, and you have to let your clients know this, you got to be mindful of your lawn care guy not having shoot guards on their mowers. Or if they don't have shoot guards, it's an art that you have to mow the lawn so you don't throw all them clippings in there. Because the moment they cut the grass, there's the seeds on top, and you put them seeds in there, depending on the type of weed it is, it's gonna get through that berry. For real, it's gonna get through there, depending on what type of weed it is. And I tell my customer about that. That way they be on the lookout for it from their lawn care guy. For real, because on all my mowers, we have easy shoots on them X marks. To where, and my guy understand the artwork on what you have to do, because even though the shoot guard is down, small clippings still go in there if you know what I'm talking about. It kind of pops in underneath, depending on what type of grass it is. You got to be mindful and know how to turn that mower correctly so you can even dodge all of that. And it's gonna be a clean flower bed. The only thing that there's no getting around it, if they have an edge and you got an edge, it's gonna be some clippings going in there. But it shouldn't be a lot of clippings though. If it's a lot of clippings that's going in the bed when you landing it, bro, you got too much weed eater string hitting the ground. You have way too much string hitting the ground. That should only be like literally this much weed eater string hitting the ground when you land it. Just this much. If you got this much and all of that, bro, you putting all type of grass, and I'm shocked you ain't broke out a window or something. I can't make it up, man. For real. That's the definition of a clean line. Or if you got a lot of string going into that ground, that's why a lot of people edges be this damn big. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care for it. Some people like the big edge. I call them bowling alleys. But the people that I be around, that I trained up with and actually trained, we all have credit card edges. to where the edge is no more than maybe 1 centimeter wide. You know what I'm saying? And that's because the tip of the weed eater string, if you hit it just right with a little tension in it, it'll dig all that stuff up out of that line to where it'll be one pass, but you gotta have a steady hand. Now, if you got this much weed eater string hitting the ground when you trying to edge, trust and believe you're gonna have a bowling alley. You know what I'm saying? When it rains, like literally, you gonna have a baby canal going beside the, you know what I'm saying, the edge of the lawn. Now, some people actually, they like it, they prefer it. I don't see why, but I think it looks better when it's a credit card edge. It's only this much dirt showing, and that grass is standing up tall off the edge. It just, to me, it looks better. It's a better curbside appeal, man. It's just my preference, but I ain't mad at nobody that does the bowling alleys, but it's just to each his own, man. Let me see. Just glad I haven't hit no hornets or washed or bunnies yet this season. Talk about curveball. Yeah. See, if you haven't hit no rabbits, that's because you maintaining the lawns like you should. It be the lawns that got the overgrown grass that you will have to worry about hitting rabbits' nests. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be mindful of that, cause sometimes it ain't no dodging it, bro. Like, and I be every time if I accidentally hit some bunnies, man, it's devastating to me. And them ground hornets, listen to me. The person that's on the lawnmower will never catch the brunt of them ground hornets. Never. It's always the person that does the string trimming that's gonna let you know that there's a hornet's nest in the ground. Cause I'm telling you what, cause the more it activates it. Cause like you'll drive over the hole where they're entering in, you gone about your way cut. They ain't even finna chase you that long. But then if the hole is close to a tree, and normally it is because it's a root that done died out and they done dug off in it. If it's close to a tree to where somebody's having to do some string trimming around the tree, man, it's gonna be a sad day for you. Cause when them ground hornets get on you, like they finna eat you up. Like you gonna get stung at least 5 to 10 times. Like I'm not even lying. I went through all of that for real. Where I didn't know it was a hornet's nest, and then the moment you feel one sting, it's over with for you, because you about to get stung by 10 to 15 more times. Because if one got through, the rest of them is already on you. And then when one sting you, they drop pheromones off to where the rest of them are coming. Like you literally gotta drop your weed eater and get on down. Like for real. You literally gotta drop your weed eater to get on down. Now I have hornet spray, and I got a lot of different things that I use when we come across such an awful occurrence. And I always go get permission from my homeowner and let them know, like, look, man, we in danger out here. You got a hornet's nest right here. Do you mind if I just go ahead and take care of it? And they be like, yes, please get rid of it. I said, okay, I will. And then I have my methods depending on how much damage they did to me. Now, if they stung me and I done reaped a lot of, you know, I'm hurting and stuff like that, yeah, I'm gonna have to flick that same wounds up on them. That's just me personally. You know, that's when I pull out the big guns. You know what I'm saying? I might tell them, like, look, man, I might have to hit them with a little gasoline in the hole. And, you know what I'm saying? I might have to do a little something else to them. Sometimes I might be a little more gentle, depending on what the severity of it is, how bad they done stung me. And I might come through there with some, you know, some dishwashing soap and soap their wings up so they can't fly and they basically suffocate. Or I just might go through there, you know what I'm saying, just go on and let a whole can of hornet spray up in there and just go on and let them perish down that way. It just depends on what method I want to use. But I definitely get rid of them. So if that answers the questions. Yeah, I think I did. Let me see how things going. What up, Jeff? I'm straight, bro. No complaints. Cat's paw. You know, that conversation with B last night was epic. Bro, I just told him about it, man. If people got time, go check out me and my brother, man. I had fun on there. And we basically had a conversation like we be on the phone, man. We all, like every time I talk to him, we both be laughing so hard. Because we both just have our own style on how we do stuff. So shout out to Commercial Lawn Quick for keeping us going. X Mark Red, man. Come on, Doghouse Lawn Care. You must be in my city, man. He said, shout out to Commercial Lawn. Yeah, I know all of them. Old Phil them. You know, Phil them funny, man. Phil and old Robert running the shop. Phil, Robert, and all them. Sergio at the front desk. They got old Michael running the seed area right now. Cause Reed done left for, you know, a better job promotion. And I forgot the young, he got a guy that's in there helping Michael in the seed here. I forgot his name. Yeah, they good people, man. They get you in and out. I ain't gonna lie. They just got my tickets for the expo today. All right, Cats Paul. Hey man, make sure you making the booth 42002. 42002. They put me in the West Wing because everything else was sold out. But I'm like, if you come in from where I'm looking at the map, if you come in the door to the West Wing, go to the right. And I'm like literally should be the first booth at the end on the right. Yeah, I'm gonna be right there, and it's gonna be lit. Come down there and see me. But by then, I have my whole itinerary and everything to what I have, so y'all have the time frames of when I'm gonna throw certain things, have different, different features, different people speaking about the service that they offer. They gonna have some literature for y'all, so y'all can take home with you, apply with your business. Then I'm gonna have a whole itinerary to where it's gonna be the true link up to where like it's gonna be really a good time down there. And then plus I gotta go this coming up week and I'm gonna seal the deal for the after stuff that it's gonna be like the first annual, what I'm saying? But whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna have to keep it up forever. So it's just gonna be get bigger and better every year. But this year right here, since I have so much time to develop and everything, bro, it's gonna be a movie down there in Louisville when we get up there. For real. Definitely trying to make it to the expo for the first time this year. Hey, Tingle Lawn Service, bro, if you can, shut down everything, bro. It just come down there for 3 days. It ain't no but 3 days, shut down everything. You gonna want to be there, man, because like if you see the clips that come through, you want to be part of the clips. Like there's gonna be a lot of people going live, and what the experience is gonna be, bro, you gonna want to be a part of that camaraderie down there for real. You gonna want that, and you gonna be able to take that energy that you get there. You will take that back to your city, and bro, you gonna be ready to go. And I know for a fact you gonna learn some information at my booth, like some real hands-on stuff to where I know you gonna be in a prime time to go back home and apply that information and make some good money. Like a lot of good money you gonna be able to make. So, and that's gonna be cool. Leo 83, what up, what's good, man? What up, Chief? What's good, man? All the other people that slid through, I don't know if they still in there left or not, but it's all good because we just gonna continue on being consistent. But like I said, man, I just appreciate all the love and everything I've been receiving. I done finally feel like I done busted out of the little hole that I put myself in. You the first person I'm coming to see. Bro, I appreciate that, man. But when I had our itinerary, bro, it's gonna be like, cause like I'm gonna be there through a certain time frame, but at the end of the day, I still go get out like I did the years before because I want to go outside and ride the latest and greatest. I want to be able to walk through there and see what the other exhibits have to offer and everything. But I'm gonna have it so itineraried up to where it's gonna be such a camaraderie where I feel like we could do all this shit together. And it's gonna be like if y'all seen any of the clips last year how we were hanging out in there and vibing out, it's gonna be like that times 50 this year. For real. To where it's gonna be lit. And then even after the expo is over with, there's so many of my comrades is throwing events later on that night and different things to where you're gonna be able to meet people when they really letting their hair down so you can really understand them as a person. I call them, that's them golf course meeting right there. Cause like on the golf course, they out there kicking and having a good time, letting their hair down, and that's where the real relationships, the real bonds, the real people be pouring them gems into you and letting you know what they really all about. All of that's gonna happen down there, and a lot of it's gonna happen. I know a lot's gonna happen in my exhibit because I'm setting it up to happen like it, but a lot more will happen in the after hour spots that a lot of the people are throwing, including myself. Like I definitely have to have mine too. And I know my brother Mac, he's gonna have his on Wednesday. There's the other couple of guys. I think Tony, he was on the podcast. He does some on Wednesday too. You know what I'm saying? It's the guy that was on the Mo Trapping podcast this last Tuesday. I think he throws some. So I shot him, man. I'm not sure what other guys down there that I know they throw some. So, but I can only concern myself to make sure whatever I have going on is set up how it needs to be. So people can go and come in there and have a good time. And we working out those arrangements right now before I fully disclose. So Let me see here. But that's good, man. I'm glad if y'all come, man, y'all gonna have a ball. I'm telling you. Especially if you come, especially at the end of the day, if you come to my stuff, I know you're gonna have a ball. Cause I'm setting it up that way for y'all to come down there and have some fun. It ain't gonna be none of that. I ain't gonna talk about that because we're trying to do a little bit better. But you gotta lead by example if you want change to happen. I always said this a lot. Like you gotta turn into what you feel like the change should be. You can't just be right there on the sideline pointing the finger like these people need to do this, they need to do that. Why don't you initiate it and you let people know what they should be doing by you setting it up and you showing them how things should have been. You know what I'm saying? For real. And that's one of the main reasons why I have my exhibit is because some of the vibes that I was feeling during my first run when I went. And I ain't gonna even talk on that. We gonna wait until after this year because then it'll make sense and it'll hit people a little bit different and they'll be able to experience what I'm talking about. For real. I think more people need to go down there and experience that. Now you gonna have some fun, but there's some other stuff going on behind the scenes that you got to see it for yourself. Some people won't, they'll be oblivious to it, but it's some you go feel it. You gonna be like, yeah, right. This is what he was talking about, yeah. But his area, it ain't nothing like it. Exactly. Exactly. It ain't. It ain't. For real. And I ain't gonna get the bitching on that because I don't want to gloom and doom people. Trying to be much more of an uplifting person. That way it helped me stay more accountable to where I can have better days. Because if you hang around gloom and doom people, trust and believe, you gonna start thinking gloom and doom too. You are who you hang around. That's why my circle is dropped down so slim. For real. I need people that's reaching for the stars. Or I just really just can't put my time into it, man. For real. And I told somebody I was gonna contact them about some yard stuff, and it just hit my mind. Oh my goodness, I think they're on IG. And I got to get that part together because that takes so much time for me to just to remember all this stuff. And that I could be putting into my business to actually have some funds coming in. For real. And it's almost to the point where it's getting too overwhelming to where like it's gonna have to be worth my while, or I just can't give it the time for real. Cause like I'm pulling time away from my business. And it can't go down like that. Unless somebody wanna pay for my time. For me communicating and talking to them about the knowledge that I know with the 15 years I've been in the game, then okay, it's worth it then. Or I could sit at home and get my schedule together or keep on doing what I'm doing that's gonna better me going into the future. Cause didn't nobody, it's only a handful of sprinkle people who really helped me impose some gems. A lot of the information that I know, I learned on my own. So if I did it, oh, you can do it too. But if you want to expedite the process, it's gonna cost you something. It might have to start, it's gonna cost you something because I'm losing too much time, sleep, and energy for real. Then I have to keep up with everything I have going on that I have created because I know consistency is gonna take you to the next level, regardless. Because if you be consistent and you figure it out along the way, you're not a care bear to where like you so concerned about what people go think about you when you change it up. You're not a care bear. You don't need the big hug and all this stuff as me and my brother B was saying yesterday. You're not that care bear. Because you really don't care what people think. When you turn into that and you leave with respect and be yourself, the sky's the limit. You ain't got to put on no mask no more. People go accept you for who you are, or they need to get out your way and let you do your thing. For real. And just talk about you behind your back. That way they keep you relevant. That's what I recommend people do. Just let them talk about you behind your back, drag you in the mud, whatever they think they so-called doing. While they meal doing stay the same, they go watch you elevate. And I'm telling you like that, it's how it's going down. For real. I can't make it up. So, we get hit Alabama soon. Most definitely, man. I appreciate that. I'm reading these inbox. Oh, this must be in my chats on that. Man, it's kind of hard to see stuff coming through. Oh my goodness. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to get to where I can see these comments on my pad, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep working with it. We'll figure it out. Okay. We'll figure it out. I'll get it together in due time. But in the meantime, we'll just continue on being consistent and I'll figure this shit out along the way. That's the best way to do it. That way you don't have to worry about nothing. Let me see here. Say your words are straight motivational. Be getting real tired out there hustling. Yeah. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you like this here, never stop cruising. When you get like that and you really getting tired and exhausted out there, what I have learned just from my experience of being in it, you on your way to a breakthrough. You just gotta overcome that last hurdle. I call it the fourth quarter. And you go run into at least about 3 or 4 fourth quarters in the season to where like you gotta overcome it, because with that last hurdle that you have to overcome, big things and big opportunities can happen with you for you if you get past that hump. And that's gonna take some serious willpower to help you get over that hump, especially if you don't have the support system around you that you need. You already got that against you. You know what I'm saying? And if you have clients that really don't appreciate the service that you bringing, that's gonna deter you as well. Then if you have naysayers around you just pulling you down back in the bucket that you trying to come out of, bro, you got that working against you. Then if you have people, individuals that's in your life that's close to you, that's coming up with all type of things for you to spend your money on so you can't save for the inevitable, that's gonna hinder you too. And all of this stuff is weighing on you while you going through the fourth quarter, trying to get over that last hump to where you just so tired of just going through the motions and you feel like you're not getting nowhere. But you gotta take a step back and look at your situation, because you're definitely getting somewhere, because the things that you are able to take care of, a person that's working a regular 9 to 5 wouldn't even imagine some of the things that you were able to cover. For real. They couldn't even imagine it. And a lot of times you would get caught up because I know with me, I wasn't really paying true attention to where all my finances were going, because I was letting other entities spend my money, or their catastrophes I'll make it my problem. You know what I'm saying? Which that ain't my fucking problem, because I wasn't there signing up for it. And the moment I start understanding that in life, for real, to where it take an act of God for me to give somebody something unless it makes sense to me, I start being able to see more of my money grow within my business. Because, and I really truly live by, you only owe the people who helped you get in the position that you are in life right now. And a lot of times people are surrounded by individuals that did not help them. And not only did they not help them, but they're continue to trying to crush their dreams like they can't achieve it by what they thinking about doing. When you have them individuals around you too, bro, it's like, bro, you getting sliced and diced on confidence and everything. But the only way to break free, you got to get away from the shit. I don't know what else to tell people. But the moment you do that, you will understand what I'm talking about. But a lot of people that's so submerged in it, you don't even understand what I'm saying. Because a lot of you let another individual or somebody else's ideologies impact you. Somebody else's reality about you has become your reality. So I know a lot of people say some crazy stuff about me behind my back. Oh, he this, he that, or this, and the third. I'll never let their reality of me become my reality. Because the people that they doing all this talking about me to, they don't even know me. Because anybody that met me and know me, ask them. When we go out and stuff like that, how I'm genuine, ask them. The people that I have met and ran into, ask them. The people I done hollered at on the phone and pulled them gems into them to where I know I done helped them increase, ask them. For real. I don't have to worry about the naysayers, because the ones they talk, they don't know me, man, for real. Because if they did, they'll understand that that's some shenanigans. Dead ass. I ain't never been no taker. I'm always been a giver. I ain't never been no shiesty or never not paid my way. I paid my way through everything. I ain't never took a loan for somebody without paying them back. Got over on somebody. I don't do shit like that. So, and I know that for a fact myself. I don't need somebody to validate and vouch for that. I know what type of person I am. I don't need that. So if you know, regardless of what somebody else said, it ain't true, man, you gotta let that shit roll off your back and keep it moving. But a lot of times people are care bears. They really care that somebody said this, so I'm not finna let them talk about me. Like, man, who gives a shit, man? Because check this out. Everybody that's born, especially if you're born within the United States of America, you have God-given rights to treat everybody around you like shit if you want to. Now, you just have to deal with the consequences on your actions because you're not going to have a lot of people around you. You have God-given rights to try to talk about people, try to destroy them, discredit them without finding out people have rights. That's why they have news. They have news agencies out here. And the only thing they do is sit up there and give their interpretation on what they look and what they see that's going on out here. It's just somebody's opinion. It's all it is. But you have people so naive, they can't even formulate their own opinion. They'll rather listen to somebody on TV tell them what's going on, and they'll go out there and perpetuate it like that's the facts. Man, I see it all the time, man. I be tripping. Not even understanding what's the underlying issue. People don't understand, man. People get so easily duped because they don't want to do the research and the homework for themselves to see if the shit is true. I'm telling you, man, I have learned, man. Like, it's just continued education. You got to put in that work across all boards, and you go get there. Let me see here. Let me see what else going on. See, I just posted a strike video. Then seeing your shorts, my stripes ain't got nothing on yours. Man, I appreciate that, family. It took me time and dedication to be able to produce and like mass produce what I do on every yard that I touch. And once you get it, you have it, but you just got to keep practicing, fam. If that make any sense to you, just keep practicing, bro. You go get it. You be speaking straight knowledge. Love watching your video. I appreciate that, family. I be talking it. I be trying to my main thing that I be trying to do is just let y'all know the awful experiences I done went through. That way, if you paying attention, you won't go down that damn road. I'm giving you straight raw and uncut on things that happened to me, and you can curve it. And I'm putting it in a way to where you should be able to understand the shit. For real. That's all that I'm doing because I want to be the person that I needed. When I was in their beginning stages, who in the hell would I want to listen to? And I done went down a lot of people's shit. I won't listen to none of them because I feel like they're not relatable. They not relatable. They not. Because they ain't talking about no real life issues or really what's going on out here. They not relatable. To me, they wouldn't. And a lot of other people, people be rocking out with them. But for me to look at somebody, they'll have to be relatable to what I have going on. I feel like I can't look at nobody think they bigger than everybody. You know what I'm saying? I can't rock with them because they think they perfect. And I know they didn't get there like it. And I feel like a lot of people, they care about what people think about them. So they ain't gonna disclose the awful things that they done went through. How they might have failed down in their business. They had to get right back up. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna do that. Or they not finna show them without editing all the clips. And I ain't trying to talk about nobody, but just shit that I be seeing. That's why I don't edit nothing. Everything that people see throughout my whole page is raw. I say things in the moment for what I see on my clips. And I speak from the heart from a good place. That's it. Articulate my own work because I put in that work. I don't want to sacrifice the years that I put in to be able to produce them clips that's going crazy right now. I did that work. Nobody else didn't do that. I did that filming work. And I learned how to do it better as I kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some producing knowledge about how to hold the camera right. There's so many tricks that I have learned along the way. And I have that knowledge in my head. But at the end of the day, how you can mass produce yourself, there's no way you can edit all them clips without no help. I don't have no help. I just get the footage and just have it in my phone and just say, okay, let me just get time. And I'm finna launch it up, finna upload my cellmate clips, all the work that I did today. Because when the day flip over, I'm trying my best not to go in the past and resurface, because in real life you can't go in the past. You can't do it. You can't remix and edit it in real life. It's not possible. So I take the real life approach. And for that reason, it's some brand new that ain't been done before really within this industry. So I can kind of see why things happening to me in a certain way to where I'm questioning it, but I understand why, if it make any sense. But I'm not finna disclose it until I find out for a fact that's really what it was. You know what I mean? Because I'm just totally different. But I'm still growing. I just know it's gonna be at a different pace than everybody else, because I just refuse to conform and just to fall in line to put on the mask, because it remind me of the 9 to 5. And I have horror stories when I worked at that 9 to 5 and the masks I used to wear, and I couldn't be promoted. They wouldn't let me be a supervisor because I was literally level of intimidation factor, because I worked everybody. I had the highest numbers in that place for real. Knew how to do my job in any department in that whole hospital. Had the coldest training manuals that I developed on my own. They're still getting handed out till this day in that facility that I used to work at. Still to this day. How? Took that same method that I learned in customer service and applied it in One Man, One More Landscape. Took all the knowledge that I've learned and just applied it to myself. I was born. And all the ups and downs that I went through, I take it as stripes that I needed to go through it to become the person I am, and I don't never look down on it. This is my 4th year, and I finally feel like actual business. Yeah, it be like that, man. Some people say, brother, y'all masters. It take you about 5-6 years, man, for you to really catch traction. And then a lot of times when people don't disclose, you go blow through that first couple bags of money you get. Like when you start really coming up, and you ain't never really had it before to know how to even manage it properly, you gonna go through it. You probably go jack it off maybe 2 or 3 times before you realize that you can't do it like that. And then you will know what you did. Hopefully you could be able to study what you did wrong. So when you do get the bag back in again, you don't jack it off again. My bad. Phone going dead. But let me explain that again. Like literally, you might lose the big sum of money 2-3 times. You might lose it, jack it off, because you didn't set it up properly. But by that 3rd or 4th time, if you ain't got it by then, it's okay. You might need to jack it off 4 or 5 times. Jack off your money the way you don't have it. But sooner or later, you have to catch it. And when you catch it, the sky's going to be the limit for you. I'm telling you, because I'm starting to catch it right now. And I just had to just get down to some weaknesses that I had within myself. That's it. Because the money and everything's already, it's been flowing in for years. But how do you hold on to it? You can go out and make all the money in the world. But if you don't have your thing structured correctly, you have a lot of overhead. You got a lot of payments on equipment and shit like that. You got a house note, maybe 2 or 3 cars you paying for. Why do you have all them cars if they ain't making you no money? It's beyond me. You got this going on, might got kids involved in all of this stuff. Another kid in private school here. You got all these things is pulling all your money out of you, so you can't see it grow. Until you say enough is enough. Until you just decide, look, I need time to sacrifice. And it's going to take the individuals around you that needs to go through that sacrifice with you, because if it ain't a team effort on the sacrifice, my advisement to you is leave the situation alone. Go off, do your own thing. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. When you do that and you able to acquire because you're doing what you know you had to do, the individuals that you had to break away from will thank you for doing it. They gonna hate your guts in the beginning. A lot of people might get turned on you in the beginning. But when the smoke clear, if you handling your business and you doing what you supposed to do and you using it as motivation, I'm telling you, they go fucking eat crow in the end. Because you gonna be able to achieve something, because it takes time and a different level of discipline that you have to have when you're coming from nothing. Think about that. when you the first generation of a business owner that's becoming really successful within your community, you have the skills to pay the bills, and you just have to get the other components of it together. Listen to me. It's harder than what people think. It ain't no fucking cakewalk, man. And I'm keeping it all the way above 50. I'm one of the first generations of a successful business owner within my family. And I take that as a stripe of honor. I'm not finna let us down. And I have the support that I really need, you know what I'm saying, to really help me get to the next level. And I'm reaching other support that's pouring into me through the online services, really helping me. I'm not no. There's no jacking it off no more. That's why I'm so disciplined now, to where I don't do anything that I used to do. Because I feel like, man, I'm gonna have a lifetime to do that shit if I just handle my business right now. If I do everything that I need to do right now and sacrifice, they said 18 months of your life. They say you sacrifice by 18 months of your life for a lifetime of, you can have everything you want in life. 18 months. People can't even sacrifice a month or 2 months, let alone 18 of them. It take a different type of monster to discipline yourself when they have the things of the world that's going on. You got the seasons coming in where people get antsy when it gets hot. You got all the holidays, you have birthdays, you have Christmas, you got all these different things that's go suck some shit up out of you. And then depending on your living arrangements, you might have roof or AC unit go out. It's so many different things that can come up that'll prevent you or slow you down from getting to that next level. You see what I'm saying? But it's just something you gonna have to turn into, man. It ain't no getting around it. Especially when you coming from nothing. It's hard, but it just takes every day. You just chiseling at it, just trying to do better every day, and just not fucking overwhelm yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself, cause that's what I'm working on not doing. It's just overwhelming myself when I feel like I got a lot on my shoulders when I'm trying to pull off. But then I get to go out and meet good clients, and then I have payments coming in to where I see my money growing. That helps, relieve me to let me know I'm in the right direction. I'm doing better than I did last year. So that's why I said you need to have some measurable marks in place so you can see your own self growing. And you should need somebody else to validate you that you're doing a better job for yourself. You should be able to see that. Not nobody else giving you a pat on the back, or you looking for a hug or somebody to validate you. Oh yeah, I appreciate you for doing this. You shouldn't need any of that. You should naturally just do it because you see yourself growing. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you really need to look at yourself for real. Because you might be the problem. You might be the narcissist for real. That think you got everything figured out and everybody need to jump to your tune because you the almighty. You might be the narcissist, and I don't fuck with people like that, man. For real. They think they got it all figured out and they can't listen to somebody else's point of view, and they always want to rah. Listen, man, I be looking at them people real different, because the ones that do all the talking and really can't be quiet and just listen certain times, they make me nervous for real. I ain't even lying. They make me. I said, man, dog, I can't even get my point across, man. You that disrespectful to why I can't even get my point out, and you just go. Listen, man, I be tripping for real. Not just me. Some things I be saying with people. Right when you see that money growing, you know you're doing something right. Yeah, you are. You just gotta figure out a way to hold on to it. Kato_Rollo. You gotta figure out how to hold on to it and don't do nothing stupid. Don't go out and get the shiny objects. You gonna have time for that. Just let that money pile up until you can see what the next investment that you need to get, either to help your business flourish more, or leave it there until you figure it out. Or if you know anything else about some other investments that you might want to link into and you can sacrifice that, look into doing something like that. But in the meantime, hang on to it until you realize what you need to do for yourself, for real. Because if you don't, when that equipment go down, that truck go down, anything else go down, and you don't have no money to cover it because you've been taking care of so much other stuff, you don't want to feel like it. I have several times. You don't want that feeling, for real. You don't want to have to go out and then you got to ask for money. You done had all these thousands of dollars come through your pocket and you don't have that money to reinvest in yourself. When you fall down, you going to realize you going to call the people that you've been helping. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to be you and the crickets. Oh, man, I ain't got it. Oh, man, they ain't going to send you nothing. You done sent them all this money to help them out and they ain't got nothing on it. How you think that's gonna make you feel? And you had all them thousands of dollars. When they called that line, you like, yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you. But then when the tables turn and you hit that line, bro, it be you and Mr. Cricket. Chirp, 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 chirp. Oh, I'm gonna see what I can do. Crickets. I ain't got nothing. Just telling you, but it's your own fault. Because if you in this industry that I'm in, oh, you got some bread coming in, especially right now. You got some money coming in. If you got 20, 30 claims, y'all, you got some money coming in. I don't care what you talking about. Now, what you doing with it, I don't care if you ain't even charging right. You could be out there $25, $30 a yard. I don't care. You still got more money than somebody working a 9 to 5 guy. Because you can get out and do 7, 8 yards at $30 a pop. Do the numbers. People barely make $200 a day. You know what I'm saying? And that's before taxes come out. Just keep it all the way 100. Some people make $150 a day. You know, after taxes come out, that's all they getting. You see what I'm saying? And you going out doing 30 times 8. Bro, you killing it out here. You see what I'm saying? Then if you get a charge in the corner like $50, $60 a pop, and you go out there and do 8 yards, okay, now you 500, $600 a day. How's you not winning? Let's say you $35, you go out and do 12, 10 yards a day. Bro, you is winning out here. Don't tell me you got a couple $100 yards in there. Don't have a commercial property where you getting like $300, $400 a pop off of. And that check hit, plus the other residentials, well, come on, man. Y'all can't, no. What are you doing with that money? That's the question. What you doing with it? If you in the industry that I'm in, because I know what you're doing out here. So y'all can't play me. I know. We made 1.3K a week in just mowing. Just like that JP service. So you do that every week, bro. You pulling in good money. Oh, you pulling in some damn good money. That's like you gotta be like a top tier employee to pull in that type of money at a 9 to 5. For real. I can't even make it up. I know I came from doing $30, $25 yards. And I was doing my thing. I'm in the club buying booths and everything. Bottles. I wasn't selling nothing but lawn care. Nah, bro. Like you can, depends on what are you doing with that money. For real. I'm going out to eat left and right. Come on, man. Like you can literally do whatever you want to do during the season until it slow down. And then all of a sudden, hey man, where all the money go? You said I do straw and make about 10 to 20K a week. See, there you go, though. You see this? You see what these comments is? Man, come on, man. I know what it is out here. I know what it is out here, man. Started at 200 a day. Yeah, bro, I know what it is. Nobody can't, if you in this industry, bro, like, and you been in it for a while, I can look at you. You tell me how many clients you got. I can put a rough estimate on how much you know what I'm saying? You say I got 1.2K a week and I'm an employee though. I mean, the way you work for is doing pretty good. For real. I ain't even lying. But my guy, hey, trying to tell you. That's how it be though. But I don't want to slow and put nobody's stuff out there and still invest in stocks. And I got a 9 to 5 and cut hair. See, there you go. Hustler. It just depends on what your vision is, what you want to do. For real. But sooner or later, you'll make more money out on your own. For real. You'll make more money because that 9 to 5 is taking up so much of your prime time hours. Like you can make so much money because like I'm telling you, when you let go of the 9 to 5, and I was pushed into it. But now that I know what I know now, I feel like if you already have a vehicle working the way you have a hustle on the side, and you quit the 9 to 5 the way you can put all your energy into that, number one is the fear of not having that safety net on that payday. Listen to me. That's gonna force you, it's gonna put a whole different drive under your ass that you never felt before in your life. Because you don't have that no more. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna force you to whatever you have going on, you going to maximize it to the best of your ability when you let go of that 9 to 5. But check this out. The 9 to 5 is taking away 8, 10 hours of your day. Depending on how your job is, a lot of people are able to maneuver around and do what they could do while they still at the 9 to 5, and everything is kind of real flexible because they really need you, depending on how the situation is. I got 6%. My bad to check the percentage on my phone. But a lot of times, depending on where you work at, you really can't maneuver how you need to unless you out on your own. See, when you out on your own, them extra hours that you have is so pivotal for you to really be able to grow your business. Then you going to still help somebody else make some money. And I came from that. I just don't really see it really. Because sooner or later, you're going to have to make the decision. I ain't gonna even lie. Now, I understand if you maybe have health insurance, you covering the family and shit like that. I get it. I understand stuff like that because health insurance is very expensive when you get out there on your own, especially in the beginning. That can take you down through there. And I get that. I definitely get that. It just depends on what you got going on, though. But I always feel like that sooner or later you're going to have to make that leap of faith. And just especially if you already have a vehicle going on the side. Now, for the ones that don't have nothing going on, no side hustle, you ain't got no other means of making no money other than 9 to 5, don't do it. Don't do it yet, for real, until you really already got something working on the side to where you losing sleep, a lot of sleep, because you investing in the other business. Then, the moment you jump ship, you have something that you can put all your focus into it and actually help drive it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? That's my recommendation, because every time I had, like, all throughout, I had the 9 to 5, my other job, hustling and shit. I always was cutting grass. I always was doing my lawn care stuff the whole time. I just was losing a lot of sleep in the time and just missing time with my kids and all type of stuff because I knew a true sacrifice had to be made to make their life better. You know what I'm saying? So they can have a better life, a better quality of life than I had. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, which I had a pretty good life, but you can always have better. And that was one of my main drives, and I knew I had to sacrifice some shit. So you say I messed up a couple of times with time frame. Yeah, bro, just keep it at $150. Yeah, I know you have. You had to. I came down to it. I keep doing straw and keep cutting hair. Man, exactly. Jump on Nextdoor. It's an app to geo anything you are trying to build. Facts. Man, there's so many ways you can get out here. You just gotta work them systems, bro, until you get out here. Then you're gonna be swimming with the shark. I talked to 2 guys in Nashville. They said they started off on Nextdoor, and now they got a clientele base to where they don't even need it no more. For real. But you gotta utilize what you can utilize to help you get out there and get your experience. Then when you get your experience, you can write your ticket then. Because your quality of work is, your name is out here in the community where people understand your quality of work. You see what I'm saying? Then you straight. You say I'm from GA. Okay. You from GA? What's that? Doe underscore. Said trip 83. At 83, you're 83, baby. You my age then. You 83, baby. I'm 83 too. 719, 83 to be exact. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see. And let me know you done been through some stuff, man. You done went through all the young Thundercat stuff right now. So by the time to sit back and, you know what I'm saying, build your legacy up, man. Something you can get ready to hand down to the children if you have any. All that good stuff. That's what I'm doing. Even though I don't know if my kids will ever want to push a lawnmower or do anything like this, but it'll be in place for them if they want to. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I've been on here for about an hour, 14 minutes. Hey, man, look for me. Oh, tomorrow is Saturday. Yeah, I definitely got to still get up and do the top of the morning, but I take off from the bottom of the night live. I don't do that on Saturday because I have to prepare for my Real Talk Live, to where I go over the news clips, You know, we're gonna go over the politics, things that's happening on in Congress. I'm gonna go over some stuff that's happening locally here in Tennessee and let y'all know that y'all need to be more on top of your local government, because that's the main shit that's impacting y'all. It's the local government, and seeing who the hell did y'all put in place and what decisions are they making for the people. You know what I'm saying? It's really important instead of turning a deaf ear. Like, it ain't affecting you in it, it's affecting everything you do. It's the people that y'all have in place making the calls on who gets what. As government is. Who's gonna get what. That's all it is. So, and is a lot of, back scratching, or I go over all that good stuff, just give my perspective on what I see, because I see things like totally different than a lot of people, because I do my own homework. Like, I listen to people with the news clips and stuff like that, but then I say, I'll take it with a grain of salt. Let me do a little bit more research. And I do a little bit more fishing and find out for myself, talk to some of my advisors and see what they see. And then I'll formulate my own opinion and I give it out to the people on Sundays. And I've been having fun doing it here lately, and I've been getting some good reviews about it. So we gonna make sure we continue it on. But all my new people, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all stay tuned. This is the top of the season. I have like roughly 1,500 more clips to put up before the year's over with. Maybe even more than that. To where I do stuff real time, to where I put up work that I do every day. Kiss her ass to get to where you're going. Oh, yeah, you do. Sometimes, but I call it like you just adapt and you improvise and adapt and overcome. I really don't call it kiss and ask, especially if you're in lawn care, because everybody's so particular. You have different individuals that's particular about different stuff on their lawn. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be able to adjust to deal with the different array of people that you go come into dealing with business, for real. Because everybody's not going to be the same. They're not. You're going to have people that have a focus in there. You wonder, why are you worried about that when I done did all this? It's just everybody's just different, for real. And once you understand that everybody is a possibly a potential customer of you, for you, you will look at them differently. And then you also have to look at it like, if you in the industry that I am, you are taking care of people's homes, their castles, to where when they come home and they unplug from work, they can finally take their mask off on how if they have to jump in roles to go help somebody else to make some money. So when they come home, they coming home to the castle that they have, purchased, to where they can let their hair down, be themselves. And I'm one of the ones that's coming around taking care of their kingdom, the outside grounds. So when they pull up for going out there working or doing whatever they do, they know that I've been there because of the quality of work. You see what I'm saying? So you like really helping people to unwind from the natural world of 9 to 5 and everything, just by my quality of work that I do just at their home. And people respect me, love me for that, and I'm growing in business because of my quality of work. Like, it's cool, and this is just my starter business. I'm not gonna be. This is the number one. Now I'm gonna see this number one all the way through, and then that way I can do the number two, and then the number two is gonna hit totally different. It ain't gonna be as hard as it was for number one. You see what I'm saying? But you got to see that first business all the way through. You can't jump all the way around. I got all my eggs in one basket with one man, one more landscape. I'm talking about all the eggs is in one basket. There ain't no plan B until I figure this out. That's how serious I'm taking it. There ain't no such thing as a plan B. This is the plan. So if this is the plan, I have to fucking figure it out. I ain't no plan B. Because if it's a plan B, you won't put your all in plan A. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm on right now. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, man. I didn't realize I was already doing that, but that's what I've been on for a minute. Find some more eggs and put it in the basket. That's what he said. And it's so true. Gotta have all the ducks in line if you're trying to get somewhere. Yeah, all the ducks in line. If you ain't lining them up, find some more ducks to add in the line. Just keep finding extra ducks, bro, for real. If that make any sense. Like, all your eggs in one basket, bro. Find some more eggs. Go to the store and buy a whole nother carton of eggs and throw that in the damn bucket too, man. Throw everything in the pot for the business. Everything going in there. And make sure you got some measurable marks so you can see yourself grow, bro. And I promise you, it's gonna work out for you as long as you are thriving. to be a better person every day, just 1% better. Don't go for the juggler. 1% better every year. Think about it in a 5-year term. When businesses start to flourish and you 1% better all them years, you will be 50 to 6% better than you was 5 years ago. And you know you're on your way. Because you done went through a lot of shit. You done went through a lot of ups and downs within your business that test who you are as a person. I've told people that when you go into business, you're going to find out all your weaknesses. Every weaknesses that you have in life, it will get disclosed. And it's going to come out. For real. Every last one of them. And then when you get past them, hey, the sky's the limit for you. And then you will be able to see how you be able to maneuver on everything. For real. And just keep creating shit with your business. What I've done with Lawn Care, guess what I did? Took it straight to social media and kept creating different avenues to start structuring things, being consistent on what I decide to do that I'm going to do forever. But it's all based off of what I do for a living. I'm not jumping around all over the place. No, my primary focus is lawn care and landscaping where I'm nice at it. For real. And I have my own lingo to where I love to describe my work. That's it. Stand in my own lane. But I'm cold because I put in that blood, sweat, and tears to work on my skills. To where I'm able to put them clips on and I'm not editing nothing, bro. I'm just cutting camera on, flipping around, just showing y'all the magic that I just laid. You did it. You see what I'm saying? So it's all that I'm doing. Staying in my own lane that I put all them eggs in that basket until I get something else going off the grind. And so, but slowly but surely, I'm doing transitions. If anybody's paying attention to it, I'm transitioning, but I'm doing it at my own pace, walking by my own beat. You see what I'm saying? It's the best way to be in life. Best way, the only way to be in life. Then you will look forward to getting up in the morning because you know you got another day to win. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no editing either. Really, it ain't. Because you editing like you trying to appease somebody. Unless you editing for yourself, you trying to appease or go, bro. Everybody ain't gonna rock with your stuff, man. Some people like it, some people not gonna like it. But you gonna reach the ones who rock with you. You know what I'm saying? The individuals that you know, they ain't gonna rock with your stuff. They probably barely like your stuff. It just is what it is, man. I ain't messed up with it with me. I know they probably still support me. But everything they say online is true. It's gonna happen to you in your city. It's gonna happen to you. Like your people that you believe, they ain't finna like your stuff. They ain't finna do none of that when you go ape shit. They gonna probably be talking about you behind your back like I be finding out. But I don't care. All publicity is good publicity. As long as my name is staying relevant, I'm winning. Winning. For real. How can you not? I appreciate y'all tapping in because I'll be on here for another 10, 15 minutes just thinking about situation scenarios I done went through. So y'all won't have to go down that damn road like I did and learn the hard way. You can expedite it. And I just gave out a lot of free game tonight. Free. Free. FREE if you go apply it. Straight up. Y'all stay with me in the morning, top of the morning. It'll be up in the 5 o'clock hour. So I got to go vibe out and chill with my dog right now. Peace. We out. Chill. I'm still on here in stream in.